We Africans are notorious for this. Our kids grow up with nicknames that are based upon their character or their differences, the things that make them stand out. We make them into nicknames and they become insecurities. Something that could have been someone's strength becomes an insecurity because they were made fun of when they were growing up. A nickname was made out of them, so they bottle up their character, their strength, or their weaknesses, because we're all made up of weaknesses and strengths, and this is why we're different. Hell, even our fingers are not the same size. So Africans, we gotta do better. And I'm not only speaking for my country because I have seen it all over. Okay, I have seen it for all the African people that I have met while I've traveled. This is the case for all of us. We have so many insecurities that we can't even express ourselves, that we don't even know that they're insecurities, but they are. It is bad for the girls, but it's even worse for the men. It's even worse for the men because they are raised to think that men don't cry. You're supposed to stay strong, and a man doesn't cry. So this has produced emotionally unavailable men, emotionally immature men that don't know how to express themselves, that end up being violent because they don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to be vulnerable, and all these from where they were brought up, from the way they were brought up, from how society views them, or the standards of society. Please, generations have changed. The world is different. Please, let's raise our children different. Let our children express themselves. Someone is capable of expressing themselves while being respectful at the same time. Now, for us Africans, when a child speaks up, someone looks at them that like they're a ghost. Like, why are you speaking? But then if someone is brought up not able to speak up, they're not going to be able to speak up eventually in life as well. So let's let go of the idea that just because a kid speaks up, it's disrespectful. No. Let's teach our children to be able to express how they feel and be respectful at the same time. Some of us are religious, and religion teaches us respect. So as long as you're raising your child, I'm not saying it's only religiously that it can happen, but raise your children religiously and they are able to express themselves and be respectful at the same time. Okay? Because when we raise children that can't speak up, they won't be able to speak up even when it benefits them, even when it's better for them. Raise a girl child that does not know how to speak up because she was shut down every time she spoke up when she was a child. She's going to go get married and not be able to speak up in her marriage. Because don't get me started on how we put men on pedestals back in Africa, okay? Because we African nations, and you know this is true, so you can't come for me, but we put men on pedestals that all respect your husband. Truthfully, yes, respect your husband, respect each other, you're adults. But when your husband is around, don't do this. There's a lot of don'ts. How am I relating to my husband when so much is don't? So we fail to build relationships, and I'm not saying all of us, but there's a couple of us, myself included. You fail to build relationships because you are like restricted. Your character is restricted because you have to please your man. You have to please your man's family. You can't dress up like that when you're meeting your mother-in-law for the first time. No. I'm going out on a date to see if we're compatible. I'm not coming out on a date to please you so you're pleased with me. And when I'm coming on a date, I'm studying you to see if you're compatible with me, to see if you're fit for me. And now that I'm a single mother, single mothers out there, it can be difficult. It can be. Believe me, I know. Anyway, single mothers out there, I know that it can be difficult. It really can. Although it's better to be single than to be in a relationship where you can't speak up because you're afraid to be alone. Because you have been told that your biological clock is ticking. Okay? Running into a marriage will not save you if it's not the right person. Don't go into marriage to be a good girl, to please this person. Go into marriage because we get married for protection. We get married for provision. We get married for love. We get married to be cherished. Alright?